Interesting facts about the Bible. Did you know that the Bible shows us a stark difference between how Yeshua interacted with an outcast woman versus the most highly educated and intelligent religious men of his day? In John 3, we have the story of Nicodemus. He was a highly educated and respected man, and he was a ruler of the Jewish people. Nicodemus comes to see Yeshua at night. He sets up the arrangement and he visits Yeshua at night. Now, Yeshua uses spiritual, symbolic language to talk to Nicodemus, and in John 3:3, Yeshua says, unless one is born from above, he cannot see the kingdom of God. He takes him literally and says, he can't enter his mother's womb a second time and be born, can he? And again, Nicodemus met with Yeshua at nighttime, away from prying eyes, and to see him in private where he wouldn't be judged by others. But when Yeshua went to see the woman at the well, he went out to her. And again, this was at midday, a time where there wouldn't be prying eyes to see what was going on. Women went to the well early morning or in the evening. It was a time of socialization for them. They would talk to each other, they would spread news, it was a time of gossip. But the woman at the well went midday to avoid all of these women, and it was because she was an outcast. The story of the Samaritan woman is found in John 4, right after John 3, the story of Nicodemus, and that is because there is a contrast between how Yeshua speaks to the Samaritan woman and how he speaks to Nicodemus, and how they receive his message. In verse 9, she's even shocked that Yeshua is asking her for water. And again, Yeshua uses symbolic, spiritual language, and he says to her in verse 10, if you knew the gift of God and who it is who is saying to you, give me a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. At first, she takes him very literally, and she goes, where's this water? So how do I get this living water? But then he says to her that he is the Messiah, and the woman believes him. We don't hear of Nicodemus running and telling others about Yeshua, or if he truly believed in what Yeshua said. We believe that he did, but there's actually nothing written there that he had. But Yeshua tells the woman that he knows about her 5 husbands and that the one that she's with now isn't her husband, and she believes him, and she knows that he is the Messiah, and he's still showing kindness and love to her, whereas everyone else had made her an outcast. We see this strong leader and intelligent man speaking to Yeshua in private at night, and we see that we don't really know if he fully accepts what Yeshua says. And we see this outcast woman at midday that Yeshua goes out to, and she is the first person that he tells he's the Messiah to, and then something amazing happens. She went out, and in verse 39 it says, many of the Samaritans from that town put their trust in Yeshua because of the word of the woman testifying. Now, she wasn't told, you're a woman, don't talk to us. She was already an outcast. It wasn't, you have to be quiet. She went out and she testified about Yeshua, and it got most of her town saved. He restored honor to the outcast woman, and whereas before she wouldn't speak to the people in town, she went and spoke to everyone in town and got many of them saved. This is how Yeshua views women. Not that we need to be quiet, not that we can't speak or can't give our testimony, or we can only teach women and children, but that we can go and testify about Yeshua and bring others to God. Sometimes the most respected and the most educated and the most qualified don't understand, but the least of us do.